Oh, g'day again all. Okay, this is an update on the shortening of the trailer axle, and if you'd watched the previous video, you know that I didn't go and get a piece of square tube to fit it. I made the tube myself out of two pieces of angle, and they didn't even start out as a piece of angle. They were two pieces I cut out of a rectangular tube that I had a bit of leftover metal from some other jobs. So other than a bit of electricity for the welder, like even the rods were given to me, so it hasn't cost me anything to do this. So that's the way I like it. I did have a difficulty in that I must have used up all my 2.5 rods, so I've had to use the big 3.2 rods, which is rather heavy duty for 3mm steel plate. And you see on the welder I've had the stick welder, because I would have preferred to do it with a MIG, but I don't have any gas, so anyway. But I've had to turn it almost fully up just to be able to melt these thick rods. But anyway, we got by. Blew a few holes here and there. I had to sort of go along and just do a little bit, let it cool. Like when I say let it cool, just let the glow go out of it a little bit. So instead of it being white, it goes back to red, and then start again, and like this. And what I did was, well, first thing I plug welded the two plates, on all four sides. I did that while, actually now on three sides. I couldn't get the underside, but I did that while I had it, mounted in the trailer. And before I did any welding, I checked it all by measurement, checked the camber. Actually, I checked the camber off the floor. I was using a big carpenter square, which I can't see now. I think I packed it away, but anyway. I probably would have been better checking the camber off the frame, because this floor is somewhat rounded. It's not real flat. So anyway, we'll check all that again. So as I said, I've done the 3 plug welds and a bit of a tack on the here and there, and then took it off and finished it. As I said, I checked all the measurements, got it that all right. And when I'm welding these two pieces of angle together, after I'd I finished these pieces first, and then I started in the middle, did about an inch here, turned it over, did the other side, did about an inch here, and then I started in the middle and did about a 2 inch, turned it over, 2 inches on the other side, 2 inches here, 2 inches on the other side, and then just started filling in. But with each weld, I'd do one weld there and then another weld on the back. One here, one on the back. And so the aim was to keep the heat even, and I kept on with it. I didn't actually want it to cool down. I wanted to get the whole thing one even temperature, and it worked, stayed straight. I checked it all when I finished, and it was good. However, when I put this brace on it, like a truss type brace, and because in order for this to bend, it has to either stretch this or push the pin down in order for it to bend. So just welding it straight onto the top of a 2mm plate isn't going to be strong enough. So I'll put another, this is about a 1/4 inch plate or something. That was 1/4 inch, probably 5mm or something. I welded that on there. I did that first before, and then let it cool down, cleaned it up. And when I checked it, it had actually buckled it. Wasn't a lot. It was 2-3mm buckle in it, and I could have put another plate on the opposite side. I could have put a plate on this side, and welded that, and that probably would have pulled it back out. But yeah, what I did, I put a couple of blocks, put it upside down, put a couple of blocks under these plates, another piece of timber on top, and yeah, firstly I whacked it with a little lump hammer, a 5-pounder or 3-pounder, something like that. That didn't do anything. Yeah, so then I brought in the big guns, and that's probably, it's not a 10, it's probably about a 7 or something. With a good handle, put a bit extra weight in it, because that's a handle replacement with a bit of gal water pipe. But yeah, one whack with that, and yeah, brought it back to straight again. And I have been checking it with my spirit level. I got a 1200 long spirit level. That's what I use all the time as my straight edge. And yeah, brought it back, but this frame has been made level anyway, so that was another way to check it. And yeah, I think it doesn't rock. It's not rocking, but it also sort of turns easy, so I think it's actually buckled a little bit again. I said it wouldn't be much, it'd be 1/2 mil, something like that. It's bugger all. As I said, I can't push it down and make it rock, but because it's turning in the middle, you can see it has buckled again a little bit. So anyway, give that another whack and pull it straight again. I did actually put these under tension. I had it a couple of mil down, welded the two ends on, and then pulled it up onto the thing, so it was sort of pre-tensioned. It shouldn't be enough to buckle. It was probably, so I wouldn't have thought so, but yeah, just welding this pin on top of the plate again was probably what pulled it a little bit. I should have put that pin on the plate before I welded it on there. Anyway, as I said, yeah, it's no great drama. It's about 1/2 mil. It's bugger all. It's probably not even noticeable, but yeah, I'll give it another whack and straighten it up. So yeah, but basically it's turned out pretty good. Yeah, a few little pinholes here and there in the well, but nothing to worry about. Like, they don't go through into the pipe. They can't leak water into the pipe and cause it to go rusty. And I mean, it was already a little bit rusty, like surface rust, no pitting or anything. So yeah, I did scrub that, and I treated it with Furtan. It's the best rust converter I've come across so far. Expensive. That's about $35 for that little bottle. And yeah, you won't find that at Bunnings or anything. That's the only place I can get. That's an Australian product, by the way. And yeah, I get that from the marina. And yeah, so I treat it with that. That works quick too. It'll react within 5-10 minutes. Blacken it all. It's yeah, really good. So yeah, spray that on. Gave it about half hour. This is on the inside of the tube. And then, yeah, then I went over that with Penetrol. Penetrol's sort of supposed to be a rust converter. It doesn't really convert the rust that much, but it does seal it up. It sort of deoxidizes it, and then it covers it with a fish oil type thing. So that's another good product that I use a lot. Yeah, so the whole inside of the tube was all double treated before I welded it back together. And yeah, as I said, it's turned out pretty decent. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know that wasn't a piece of square tube to begin with. You wouldn't know that was made from 2 pieces angled. So yeah. Anyway, so I'll clean these welds up now. Just the 3 of these, and put a coat of primer on it, and then I'll fit it back in there and start measuring and checking everything again. And yeah, if I need to whack it with arm again, I'll have to whack it with arm again. But yeah, I'm at this point, I'm confident that it's going to be good. And I said there was two purposes. If you haven't watched the previous video, there's two purposes in doing this. One is that this was a solid chunk of square tube, not majorly heavy, so yeah, I wanted to do weight reduction because the aim is to tow this with a Volkswagen Beetle, so yeah, any weight reduction is going to be majorly helpful. But secondly, it was too long. It was too long for this Beetle pod that goes on top of this trailer, and it was also too long for the guards for when the pod's not on this trailer. This trailer will get used for other things, other purposes. And I've got the original guards that came off the original rusted out trailer that the axle came from. And but it was, the axle was, when it was bolted to this frame, was too wide for those guards as well. So yeah, so I brought it in on each either side. And hopefully solved a few problems. All right, well, that's enough rambling on now. I'll explain this again. I did explain it in the other video. The purpose of this is on the underside, this truss piece. And your pressure is on the wheels. The wheels are trying to push up. So it's trying to, even though it'd have to twist, the springs and everything on both sides, because it's bolted securely that, but it's trying to push the axle down. So that's the purpose of putting the truss on the underside. So because in order for that to bend down now, it has to stretch these rods. If it was on the other side, like if something's pushing against the rod can bend, it can push out. So it's not as strong as if it's pulling. So as I said, in order for this to bend, it has to actually stretch this rod. So yeah, pretty confident that's, won't ever bend. And it's only like 1/8 plate that made the tube, and I don't know what the specs are. As I said, I tried to find it online, but couldn't find any specs. The only thing I could find was a company boasting that they were using 1/4 inch wall thickness tube. So that tells me that the standard tube that they use would have to be less than that. It's probably 1/8 tube, which is what this is. So. But anyway, so we're stronger than original now anyway. Or if it is, the standard is a 1/8 wall plate, then we're going probably twice that strength now anyway by adding the truss to it. So pretty confident we're not going to have any problems. I will be testing it soon. I'm in need of some blue metal gravel to fill some holes in my driveway, and standard box trailer, you get like 1/2 metre, which is about 1/2 tonne, and that would be the heaviest thing that would ever be going onto this trailer. So it's not too far down the track that I'll be testing it and see how it holds up. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching, and hopefully catch you next time. Bye.